Yeah,
Hey, I almost forgot the rodeo's going to play tonight at 6, and then tomorrow morning, and then on Sunday morning, and then on some Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that'll conclude the rodeo performance for this year, the 33rd annual. We'll thank all you folks for sponsoring that. Great time, had ball at the rodeo. And we'll give a shout out to First National Bank. We were up in Pulaski last Friday night. Didn't win anything, but I sure did enjoy eating a grilled burger up there. You know, Dusty, I don't know how you sit up here amongst them two.
I don't either. These are famous
movie star, a future movie star.
Right, I know it.
You and Patsy were treated like movie stars.
Sure were.
Tell us what happened. There you are right there. What happened over the weekend? You were back in town in time to preach Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You didn't say nothing, but I mean, you know.
Well, I'm saving it. It's coming out October 16th, the movie Woodlawn. And they flew us up to Dallas to preview it, about 100 people. Tommy Bowden was there, and Mac Powell from Third Day, and a lot of pastors there. And some of the actors were there that starred in the movie. And well acted. The actors were
Did you recognize Danny Vinson?
I really did. I saw Danny, man. I said, I know that guy personally. He's in my church.
Danny, you tell us about shooting this movie in Birmingham.
Well, it all happened there, so it was kind of eerie. We were on. I just showed Dusty a picture. We were on a field where Jameis Winston played all of his high school football. We went to Hoffman, we went to Hueytown, we were at Legion Field, but they had a little bit rougher time with the problems in the early 70s down there than we had. We had problems, but nothing like these guys.
I want to know, and Dusty may be best to explain this. Danny hadn't seen it yet, but he's read the script and everything on it. It's a football movie, but yet it's got a message that's unbelievable in it.
It does. It's got a very evangelistic message. You know, Hank Irwin, who's the dad of, got two boys that produced it, you know, he was the chaplain for Woodlawn, and he came in and just kind of, you know, encouraged them. And I think like 80% of the team was saved one night.
Really?
And then they went over and witnessed to Banks High School, their biggest rivalry. And some of those guys came to the Lord, and it's just amazing.
That's what you were telling me.
I didn't want to give much of it away.
Well, he already did, so you got to tell them.
No, there's still much.
Oh, yeah. It is an amazing movie. I mean, it's a true story.
Now,
really unbelievable.
You were just telling Dusty a story that the guy you played didn't want his name used in the movie.
Yes.
Really?
Wow, is he that big of a racist or what?
Well, and you'll see. Dusty's already seen, and I've briefed Dusty before he went to know what he's going to see me do, and it wasn't a very good character. I didn't much care for him, but he had to be involved in the story, Jamie, to tell that story. It was, and you know him. I still, unfortunately, know a few, but it was a bad racist assistant coach at Banks High School that didn't want his name used, so he didn't give the rights.
It wasn't as bad as a guy in 42 that you worked alongside.
No, not that bad. It has that
mentality
flavor. Yeah.
It's got 80% of the team was saved.
Yeah, both schools, both rivalry schools. It really was. It's amazing how they came together. The football players really initiated, you know, the reconciliation. And then it spread throughout the fans and coaches. The coaches got saved on both teams. Wow. The head coaches on both teams got saved. It's amazing.
All right, while we're talking about movies, one of us has a part tonight to apply for over in Decatur. Now,
it's just
you don't have any, what now?
It's an open casting.
You don't know nothing. Open casting means what, Danny?
Open means that you can go, I can go, Maddie can go,
everyone.
Anybody, yeah. It's
see?
You have no idea what
So
they're
why are you wanting to be in the movies? Danny just rubbing off on you, or what?
Well,
we know you can play Elvis.
There's old Elvis right there. Sure. I mean, you guys have inspired me up here. Oh, there's my trick talents on the. Hopefully, I've lost a few pounds since then. Wakeboarding.
I didn't know who that was. There's Oregon coming up.
Oh, man. But you guys have inspired me up here. You know, being in front of the camera is fun. It really is. So, Danny gave me a few tips, kind of, you know. I think I'll owe him some money later for those tips. But we'll see what happens. And it's like he said, go in, have fun with it, with no expectations. You know, if you leave and you get a little something great, if it's nothing, so
what?
what?
Did Brother Sonny ask you?
Well, you want me to tell that? He said, he goes, hey, Joseph, he goes, you going over for that open casting call? He said, what if you get over there and they like you and then they tell you your part's a gay man? I said, well, I don't know about that.
Danny, you've turned down parts before, though, haven't you? Haven't you turned down parts before that you didn't?
Well, screen. Yeah, as long as it is on screen, I don't need to be single.
Yeah, you can take that to pause.
That, so.
Yeah, I think you got to draw the line. I mean, you got to have some own personal morals that, you know.
All right. Anything happening you need out Lindsay Lane for the summer we need to know about?
Well, tonight is the Lindsay Lane Christian Academy graduation. It's 7 o'clock tonight, so that's kind of exciting. Got 14 seniors graduating. Next year we'll have about 20-something. After that, it's going to be about 40, 50, so it's growing. But anyway, Memorial Day message coming up. This coming Sunday, having the Lord's Supper, and so it's going to be an exciting day at Lindsay Lane, both services.
Yeah, well, thank y'all for coming up. I won't be here next week, so we'll rerun some programming and the rodeo. Y'all stay tuned for that. But before I do go,
We'll probably be at the Peabody one.
We're going to go.
Last Friday, I was on Channel 31. It was my day to go way back. And I took advantage of every little second. Y'all watched me, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I did.
Heck, you recorded.
I recorded. I didn't want to miss that.
I did my thing. We're going to play some of that. We'll come back in this Friday morning on Wade over here. Our favorite person comes in once a month to entertain. He's going to be performing at Wingfest, too, up in Hazel Green. We'll talk more about that later as we get closer. Let's go to Channel 31. Way Back Day was last Friday with me. Here's a little bit of me in action. Y'all hang on.
Yeah, I got it.
And it was just great. It was just, you just loved doing it. It wasn't a job. I didn't answer to anybody basically but MD.
What made you wrestle a bear?
That's a good question.
It is a good question. I need to know
The
the
bear
answer.
was in town out the fairground. You don't know what happened after that. The bear bit a soldier's finger off the next day. Hung it in the thing. My goal, wrestling the bear, which is one of my most famous stories, I borrowed my little brother John, well, I grew up in Hugo, his wrestling suit. Got in, I was going to be like a banty rooster and, you know, stay away from him. Evidently, when I touched that bear on the nose, his name was Victor, that thing threw out his paw, flipped me down, and then it was all she wrote. I couldn't move. I mean, the bear lived, it scared the living hell out of me, if you'll know the truth.
But you jumped back up and took your robe off and proceeded to wrestle the bear.
Well, that's when it jumped on me and pinned me, and I didn't have a chance. I mean, because of me nowadays, you cannot wrestle a bear in a bar, because I did so many rednecks wrestling bears in bars drunk that they outlawed it.
Well, good,
The
because
state of Alabama stepped
Well, y'all don't have one. Y'all don't have one, do you?
No, we didn't bring back the bear.
to do
No,
that
we didn't
again.
bring back the bear. No.
There it is. I
You
mean,
can see it
that
right
was
there.
live. We had just started going out of the studio. I think it's 1980 at the Madison County Fairgrounds on a Labor Day. And that's live.
My goodness.
Kelly Cooper's anchoring, and then at the end, some idiot hollers, "Do it again." It bruised my ribs, busted my nose. But, you know.
Don't worry, folks, it'll never happen again. We have more fun coming up here with Jamie Cooper, the Country Rover, in just a minute.
He's kind of like a UFO, you know. You never know from one day to the next what he's going to be doing or when he's going to appear.
He's cute. I've seen better, let's put it that way. He's kind of kin to my wife.
I don't reckon I'm any kin to him.
You don't remember me?
No.
I've heard of him.
Thank you.
I watch him a lot of time on television.
I watch him every night. He's really a handsome guy.
I think he's done an excellent job and need to raise him salary just a little bit, not too much.
Daddy.
He's a nice guy.
He's the Country Rover.
Welcome back here on Way Too Early on Channel 31. It's about 9 minutes till 7 now. It's time you get up and get on the road if you're going to work this morning.
That is Jamie Rover. He said 25 years ago, June 6th to be exact, it was where our weather set is right now, that he was doing way too early. Let's talk about someone that has recently passed away from a longtime member of the Way 31 family, Adrian Gibson. Talk to me about your memories of Adrian.
Adrian hired me. As a matter of fact, Eric Eisgrau, who is still here, I interviewed with Eric. So Eric is responsible for my career. Last time I saw Adrian was at Johnny Evans' funeral, as a matter of fact. I did a eulogy there, and Adrian was there. Yeah. Adrian was quite the dude in the 70s when I first came here. Adrian Gibson was a legend, along with Dick Van Valkenburg. Both those guys passed away, but Adrian, I know, just passed away. But ironically, the day at Johnny's funeral, Adrian came in. And me, him, and Liz, it was 30 years ago to the day he hired her. So Adrian was knew what was going on. And then was just a great guy, I
mean, just a calming force.
Oh yeah, you know, grew up on radio here, and everybody knew him. And but you know, Adrian was Channel 31 at the time, man, was
And with you guys going, I got to tell you, Sean Jarrett and you guys have done a wonderful job with this. It's been good to see everybody. It's just been a good deal to have.
What are you up to these days?
You just mentioned Jamie Rover. I changed my name legally 2 months ago to Jamie Rover Cooper. My granddaughter says that all the time. Jamie Rover Cooper. Her name is Maddie Rover Cooper. I'm an ordained minister through the internet. Done a couple funerals, doing my first wedding coming up on November 1st over in girl Brady, one of our waitresses over in Rogersville, doing a great thing over there. Cooper and Company airs live every morning at 6. ZTV in Athens, we're in about 170,000 cable households. You can go to ZTV Cooper and find a lot of the stuff. And we just have a good time. Play Judge Jamie every day, because I ran for probate judge once. You don't have to be a lawyer to do that. We still shoot my own video.
Wow.
I hear all of it. Brought y'all something, though.
What'd you bring us?
I know Labby was showing off yesterday and all that. But when we play Judge Jamie, we have a grand prize every morning.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I brought y'all lunch. Now, if you don't eat it now, you can save it for 2 more years. But see, I'm from New Hope, Alabama.
Yes, sir.
New Hope used to be called Vienna after the Civil War. So these are good for 2 more years. So 2017.
I'm kind of scared of this. I don't know.
We give those. You've never had those?
No.
I have, actually.
Finish us up, Wayne.
All righty. Thank the Lord for the gift of music. It's good to be here again. I'll see y'all back here next month. He grew up singing Amazing Grace. When his voice turned deep, he had to learn to sing bass. In a little country church, he learned that 4-part harmony. Flats and sharps and all the parts while his hand was keeping time. Got his first guitar when he was 3, and he finally learned to play it at the age of 2. He picked the wildwood flower, then he learned, can't you see? What I once was lost and now found was always on his mind. From a back row pew to a gold bar stool. From Sunday morning singing to a smoky old bar room. From a church down in the holler to trying to chase the dollar. He'll hit the stage and sing a song about hell raising waves. Every little bonfire he was called the music man. Wasn't very long before he was singing in a band. In a little country bar he learned how people really are. Sing a song, it won't be long, they'll crowd around the stage. That little country church is slowly faded away. Folks don't ever go there like they did in the good old days. Now and then he'll ride by there and sit out in the yard. He could hear his grandpa singing loud the words of Amazing Grace. From a back row pew to a cold bar school. From Sunday morning singing to a smoky old bar room. From a church down in the holler to trying to chase a dollar. He'll hit the stage, then sing a song about hell raising waves. Amazing grace, how